beautiful. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you here. Today I'm gonna play big sister and I'm gonna talk about all things girls, all things TMI. We're gonna get down and dirty, okay? We're gonna get into the juicy stuff. We're gonna get real, raw, and vulnerable. I asked you guys over on my Instagram for some girl talk TMI questions that you guys could ask me to answer for a video. So we're gonna be covering all of those questions today. I literally wrote down this page and then this page of questions. So I'm gonna go through and talk about all of these, answer these questions as fast as I possibly can. I'm not gonna lie, I was honestly a little scared to make this video, and the reason why is because I'm just not in the greatest position of my life. I'm definitely just not where I would want to be, and so I didn't want it to feel like hypocritical giving you guys advice, or I just didn't want it to feel fake. But I just keep trying to remind myself that nobody's perfect, and I mean, oftentimes everybody that I have given advice to says I give kind of good advice. I don't want to hype myself up too much, but I do feel like I'm good at giving advice / talking about hard topics. I'm just not the best person at taking my own advice, and I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. Like, I'm so good at helping my friends out and, you know, being there for them, helping them through whatever they need help with, but when it comes to me, baby, like, it's just hard for me to take my own advice sometimes. So I don't know, I just kind of like held back from filming this video for a while because I don't know if y'all follow me on Instagram. If you don't, you definitely should. I'll pop it right here so you guys can follow me. But I posted like a question bubble a while back asking you guys to ask me questions for this video, and I ended up not filming it because of that reason. I know we're all going through our own things and we all handle things completely different, and even if I'm not handling things the way I would aspire to handle them right at this moment in time, I know I'm capable of everything that I want to do in life, and I'm capable of everything that I need to do in life. I don't know, it's not that deep. We're just gonna talk about it. We're friends. This is seriously a no judgment zone. I don't want to hear any bullshit in the comments because this is a safe space. Like, I pride myself that I became so unjudgmental, and I have like really grown a lot into the fact that even if I don't understand what someone else is doing, it's not for me to understand, and I can still give people grace for their situations, whatever they might be. I really just hate judgy people or people who think their shit don't stink. Like, we're literally all humans trying to get by. Like, nobody's perfect. Everybody's gonna make mistakes. You live and you learn and you grow every day. Just because you made a stupid decision yesterday doesn't mean you're gonna make the same stupid decision the next day. It's all about how you like grow from the things that you're learning from, and that willingness to grow, or that want to grow and be a better person. If you're just comfortable with being this shitty person, then like, that's on you, boo. But like, I know me and I know the girls, we want to be better. We want to be amazing people. We want to be the her that we aspire to be. So also, I have my TV in the background. Hopefully that doesn't annoy y'all. Also, if you didn't see my video where I cried for freaking ever about my hair thinning, yeah, I took my extensions out and my hair just is the thinnest it's ever been. It's in the worst shape it's ever been. I'm honestly debating like chopping it off, but I'm trying to like not do that because I really don't want to do that. I just feel like I almost have to, just because my hair is like just so thin. Also, I do want to mention that this video might be long as hell, so if you don't got your popcorn or like a snack or something and you're not laying in your bed, you're doing it wrong. Or if you're not getting ready while you watch this video, you're doing it wrong, because this video is going to be so long, I kid you not. I'm about to do my makeup, answer all these questions. We're just gonna vibe out. I'm currently getting my beauty blender wet with my little spray bottle because I can't go in the bathroom because I literally put a towel down so like I could try to block out the sound, because everybody's about to come home from like work and school and stuff in my family. So I put like this blanket down underneath my door, so hopefully it would like help block out some of the sound. So I don't want to like move it just to go wet my beauty blender, but that worked. It's fluffy now. Also, if y'all hear like a little, I don't know, like a little buzzing sound, it's because it's my vanity lights. You can see them in the background. It's my vanity lights. They make this little buzzing noise. We're just gonna have to work with it, okay? Also, I'm probably gonna look this way a lot because I have like this little mirror right here, and then I have my big mirror like right this way, so you'll probably just see like this side of my face for a lot of the video. The first question is, how do you find yourself after being in a draining toxic relationship? So honestly, I feel like this is one of the hardest things to do because you're almost like relearning yourself as a person. Whenever you're in like a toxic, draining relationship, there's so much like manipulation, there's so much mental abuse, there's just so much that literally alters your brain. I'm not even kidding. It like changes how you think, because when you're in a toxic relationship, you're literally just consumed with pleasing that person. You don't even think about yourself ultimately at the end of the day. Like, all you think think about is making that person happy, making sure you're getting to those highs, because in a toxic relationship you have those highs and those lows, and that's really honestly what makes it so hard to leave, is because you get addicted to this high and low pattern of their energy, and that's how they like reel you in, because you know they treat you so amazing one day and then they literally treat you like gum on their shoe the next, and it just creates this really addictive cycle that you get stuck in, and it's like really hard to leave. But to find yourself after, I feel like is a whole journey in itself, because you've lost yourself kind of in this relationship. I would say forcing yourself to be alone. Like honestly, at first whenever you break up with that person, I would 100% lean on friends, lean on family, lean on whoever you can as a support system, because you're gonna want to go back. You're gonna want to go back every single second of every day, because like that person, although they were bad, you got some form of comfort from that person. However you see it, like you got something out of that person that fulfilled you in a weird way. So like you're going to have so many moments where you crave their presence, you crave going back to them. So I would say like when you first get out of the relationship, to really fill your time with friends and family, and you don't have to open up to them about exactly how traumatic things were for you, but I definitely would open up to them to an extent of, hey, like I genuinely don't think I can be alone right now. I need to get out of the house. I need us to go on little dates. Like just kind of really just communicate that you need that support in that way. Even if it's simply going over to your friend's house to like sit in the bed with them and not do anything, that's better than being at home alone with the opportunity to go see them if you wanted to. But if you're out with your friends and you're doing something, your mind's kind of occupied, even though I know it's kind of like that saying where like, you know, when you're in a room full of people but you still feel alone. I feel like leaving a toxic relationship can be that way at sometimes. It's like you can be around your friends but your mind's still on that person. So just trying your absolute best to live in the present moment. If it helps you to get off your phone, to literally not even have your phone on you or something, then definitely do that. But yeah, I would just say at first, like surround yourself with family, friends, everything. Then once you get to a point where you're feeling more comfortable in their absence, that's when you need to really start to spend a lot of time with yourself, because you were so consumed by this person that you stopped filling up your own cup. You know what I mean? You need to start doing that, which I know everybody says like self-care, which that is so true. Like definitely do self-care. Like start making routines for yourself. Like in the morning, make a routine that you're gonna get up at a certain time every day. Make yourself breakfast. Like spend time with yourself. Go on little walks. Do your skincare routine in the morning. Spend a little extra time trying out new hairstyles. Finding yourself is going to be a journey. It's not an overnight thing. It's not a thing that you're gonna be able to do in like 2 months. Like hell, it might take you a year to find yourself. But you have to force yourself to be uncomfortable, and you have to force yourself to spend time with yourself, because you're just gonna like start adapting to your friends' ways of things. You're gonna start adapting to whoever's around you. If you start flinging onto a new guy, like you're gonna start adapting to what they want, what they like, when you need to start adapting to what you like, what you want. And that's only going to be found through spending time with yourself. I've literally just did like oh my god, I'm gonna hate myself editing this back, because I literally just talked for like 20 minutes about that one topic. And I don't even know if I gave y'all a good answer, to be honest. I think that's also what I hate about making videos like this, because like, I mean, I love making videos like this, but I also hate it because I don't know, I just be talking too much sometimes. Situationships, are they good or bad? So honestly, I feel like if you are in like a very free time period in your life, sorry, everybody's getting home, so if you hear the dogs, I'm so sorry. Are situationships good or bad? So I feel like if you are in a time period where you are living your single life, you know that you don't want to be in a committed relationship, you don't want to settle down, then I don't feel like it's necessarily bad. Also know what your intentions are for doing it. Don't self-sabotage in the sense that you are like just hooking up with people just to make yourself feel something, or just to like feel that little amount of love. Like you're doing it for the wrong reasons if you're doing it for that purpose. Maybe I'm reading the question wrong, honestly. Okay, like a situationship is like what? Like you're talking but you're not dating, you're not together. I don't fucking know. Cause like I was thinking of it in the sense of like you're hooking up with people, just have sex with them. So that's kind of why I answered the way I answered. But if you're talking about situationships and in the sense of like, oh, just like dating, I mean talking but not dating, I don't think they're necessarily bad. I feel like getting to know someone is okay. But like don't let someone just string you along for like eternity. I feel like it honestly takes a month or so to like get to know someone on the level of like, I mean, also depending on how much y'all hang out, how much y'all talk. I feel like talking over the phone, you don't really get a sense of who someone is ultimately. So like if you're spending a lot of quality time with this person, like actually in person, then I don't feel like it takes not even 3 months to get to know if like this is someone that you could really see yourself being with long term, and like just seeing how you feel around them. Like, do you want to be your goofy self around them? Do they allow you the space to be yourself, or do you constantly feel like you're putting on this happy face when you're around them and being someone that you're really not? If you're not like showing your authentic self around someone, then they're probably not the one for you, because they're not making you feel comfortable enough to open up to that. And I think also that also comes with like a lot of self-love and like self-growth, because you need to ask yourself the question like, are you comfortable enough in your own skin to like be your authentic self around people, or do you constantly feel the need to like put on this face of like someone you're not? Because I know for sure for me, like when I was in high school, I definitely was not like my genuine self around guys that I would talk to. Like I was definitely, you know, like that cute little bubbly girl, and I wasn't always like my authentic self, because like I was caring more about like a relationship than I was caring about like the authenticity of the relationship, or like the real rawness of a relationship. Like I just wanted a relationship. But I would say situationships like aren't necessarily good or bad. I just feel like don't allow them to string you along. Don't allow yourself to be strung along. You know, have like not a set time frame, but like, yeah, like a kind of general time frame of like, this isn't going somewhere. If you're looking for a serious relationship, then yeah, have that time frame of like, okay, if this isn't going serious, then like, you know, okay, it's time for me to move on and find something else. Because at the end of the day, you're just gonna waste your time. You're literally just gonna waste your time being involved in something that is not committed and is not what you were actually looking for. Because at the end of the day, like, do you want to be married? Do you want to have kids? Because if you do, why allow yourself to sit in a relationship or a situationship that is not going to get you to that point? Like, you're going to be freaking 30 wondering, oh, where did I go wrong? That's where you went wrong. Best breakup advice I could honestly give you is you are not that person. Like, that person is not your identity. They do not define you. They do not make you. They are not who you are. You were a person without them at one point in time, and you can be a person without them again. Think about it in the sense of like, okay, I mean, if you've only ever had one boyfriend, I know this might be a little bit more difficult to process or understand, but if you've been in other relationships than this one before, or the one that you're currently in, think about it in the sense of like, okay, whenever you were dating before, you got this exciting feeling over this person, and then you got that same exciting feeling with the person you're with now, right? Like, you've gotten this feeling with other people before, it's just that this one progressed into a different way. But that's exactly how it would be if you found someone after them. Like, you're going to have that exciting feeling again. You're going to feel that love again, or that spark that gives you that excitement for a new relationship. But if you don't separate yourself from the person, you're never going to allow yourself the space to be able to find that. And also, let me tell you, the universe is going to send you lessons on lessons on lessons until you learn your lesson, basically. And I know it firsthand, like I do. And it sucks, but also at the end of the day, like, I know that everybody learns in their own way, and I don't judge anybody for how long it takes them to learn, because not everybody is an overnighter. Not everybody can have that one red flag pop up and they're done. But like I was saying, you're gonna be someone without him. He does not define you. He is not you. Or honestly, I'm saying him, I'm so sorry, like, this goes for everybody. This isn't just for hetero relationships. I was like, what's the term for it? But no, yeah, so this is like general, like, fit this advice to whatever situation you're currently in. But you have to realize that this person is not all that in a bag of chips. They're all that in a bag of chips because you made them all that in a bag of chips in your head, babe. Before you were introduced to this person, they were literally nothing to you. And although they might not get back to that point of ever being nothing to you, they're obviously gonna mean something now because you've built up this bond. But I think a lot of the times we put this like importance on these people, and we like think that people are gonna be in our lives for forever, when people are meant to be in your life sometimes for just seasons, sometimes just for chapters. Like, not everybody is meant to be in your life forever. forever, and as soon as you can grasp that concept and like allow time to just do its thing, allow the world to just do its thing, and stop like holding so deeply on to certain things, you'll live life with so much less stress. Changing your mindset. So honestly, I feel like with this one, you have to be like open to hearing a lot of things. If you're like a very closed-minded person, I don't feel like it's gonna be easy for you to change your mindset at all, because you're not like opening yourself up to the possibilities of things. Honestly, I really don't know how to answer this question. Oh, okay, no, I'm not even gonna give y'all really advice on this one. I'm gonna just tell y'all who to go to for advice on this one. So there's this girl on YouTube that I really love watching. Her name is Wiz the Lizard, and I will link her videos in my description box so you guys can go watch them. But that lady is literally amazing, and I religiously like watch her videos. I think they're so amazing. Every single time she has a new one come out, like, I'm the first to watch. I've posted them on my stories as well before, but she is like gives you that big sis advice in that tough love way that's like, she's not fucking playing games with you. Like, she's not gonna sugarcoat shit. She's not gonna try to say it in a nice way. Like, she's gonna be brutally honest, and she's gonna let you hear it. She's gonna, you know, tell you what you need to hear, give you the hard advice that you need to hear. And she has so many good videos on like changing your mindset and changing the way you believe and like stepping into your rich girl mentality and like just things like that. How to realize someone is fake in your life. Okay, so I feel like to realize someone is kind of fake in your life, I think you need to like pay attention to how that person makes you feel. Do you constantly feel like you're asking that person for more? Do you constantly feel like you're doing more for this person than they're doing for you? Do you feel like they're not being fully supportive in the ways that you would want them to be supportive? Are they not supporting you in the same ways that you're supporting them? And that one's kind of like a questionable one, because not everybody's going to show support in the same ways. But like, if you're constantly like supporting them and like being so happy for them and like, you know, just being enthusiastic if they get a new job, or if they get a gift for their birthday and you're like, oh my god, that's so cool, but like for you they're kind of like like they're just not enthusiastic about anything that you have going on, like, babe, no, like, leave them. Please get out of their energy, because they're sucking you dry. But yeah, I would say like think about how you feel before you hang out with this person, after you hang out with this person. Like, before you hang out with this person, do you feel like obligated, like you have to hang out with this person? It's not like necessarily that you want to hang out with this person, but you feel like, oh, like y'all been friends for so long, so like, you know, like you have to, right? Like you don't want to lose this person, like you have to. No, you don't. Like, you literally do not. You will clearly see the difference in the people who are genuinely there for you than the people who just benefit on having you around, but you don't benefit by having them around. You get what I'm saying? Like, the people who genuinely want to be in your life, you will feel the difference in their energy versus the people who just are benefiting on you being in their life. Are you consistently like being the therapist for your friend, but they're never being the therapist for you? Are you consistently having those late night phone calls where you're picking up the phone and running to their every need, but they're not doing the same for you? Oh, they have this and this and this to do, but when it comes to what they need, like, you need to be there right then and there. Just like really pay attention to things like that, the way you feel. I feel like the longer we deny the way we feel just to please other people, the longer we're gonna be unhappy. And 2023 should be this year of really choosing ourselves. We have to be okay with losing people in order to allow the new blessings to come in our life, because if we're just consistently like holding on to what's current in our lives, we're never going to be blessed with new things in our lives, because sometimes you have to lose a certain person to be blessed with the new person that fulfills you in so many ways that previous person would have never been able to fulfill you. Now I got a couple questions about like BV, UTIs, yeast infections, and also how to like not get an infection after sex. So if you guys don't know, I guess I'll kind of like explain what each are from like what I know. You can obviously also go like Google up the like scientific fact of like what these things are, but I want you to know first off and foremost, before I even get into this, that those are so normal. Like, they are so normal. Every single person gets them. And if you are, say you're in high school and there's some fucking petty bitch that's like, oh, her pussy stinks, or like just being a fucking brat, do not listen to that bitch, because she's probably gonna get the most nastiest yeast infection of her life, and that's gonna be her karma for fucking thinking her shit don't stink. I promise you, girl, like, they're so normal. Sorry guys, my mom is getting home, so the dogs are acting crazy right now. So hold on, give me a second, and then I'm gonna come back to this question whenever it kind of like dies down a little bit because this is just too much going on right now. Alright, it kind of died down a little bit, so let's get back into it. Honestly, whenever I'm done with my makeup, I low-key might go out to my car and like finish the rest of this video just because it's probably gonna get a little chaotic in this house. I honestly probably should have filmed this video like way earlier, but I thought I was gonna be going out tonight, so I was just gonna film this video and like get ready to go out, but plans got canceled, so now I'm just getting ready just to get ready with my girls. So like when I've gotten yeast infections before, like my first yeast infection, I remember like I started noticing like this really fishy smell, and like I was wearing like a lot of Spanx and stuff. Also like that can definitely give you like a yeast infection, like wearing a lot of tight clothes, type of underwear you wear, like the material they're made out of. Kitties are sensitive, like they really are sensitive, and that's why I say like this is so normal. And I hate that, like, I mean, I definitely feel like it's getting way more normalized, but like in the past and even still currently, there's those girls who will like try to make you feel so bad for the things that are so normal, and it can even be worse when you're in like middle school or high school, and just the girls can be so mean. I think if I'm remembering correctly, like I remember my first ever yeast infection, I started to notice this like really fishy smell after the gym, and like I thought that it was just like, oh, because like I had just worked out, but it wasn't. Like the smell continued, and like I could literally, like I would be sitting in the car and I could smell it like when I was like driving somewhere. Like it was just this like odor that I could just continuously smell, and I knew something was wrong. So I went to the gynecologist, and also I definitely recommend going to the gynecologist, and I know the fear of going to one because I was the exact same way. I didn't go to the gynecologist until I was 18, I believe, or possibly 17, but I think I was 18 because I was just so terrified to go. Like even though like my mom and my sister had already been, like I did not want to go. I didn't feel comfortable like sitting on a table and having someone like look into my vagina. Like I just didn't like it, and so I was so scared. But honestly, babe, you need to go. Like you need to go to the gynecologist. It's so good for your health, and the way that they can help you to understand what's going on wrong with your body, like you just need to go. Like it's so important for your health. Like yeast infections are definitely, you might notice some itching, you might notice that smell, but it's more than okay. You can go to like Walmart or like CVS, Walgreens, and you can just get like those monostat. They have like 3 days, 7 days, they have like 1 days, and those honestly really do work. I would honestly do that treatment first, unless it's just like really bad, but I would do that treatment first, and then if you don't notice it's getting better, if you are still feeling like a lot of discomfort in that area, then definitely you need to go see the gynecologist, and they can prescribe you some medicine that will help. If you have like bacterial vaginosis, which is what BV is, and you're taking medicine for BV, which BV is like a whole different thing. Like a yeast infection you can just treat with like the monostat, but like if you have BV, you're gonna need to go get antibiotics. But if you have BV, you can induce getting a yeast infection by taking the antibiotics, and vice versa. So like if you have a yeast infection and you're on antibiotics, it could cause you to have bacterial vaginosis. And bacterial vaginosis is just like bacteria in your vagina, and yeah, they're very treatable, very curable. It's not a fucking STD. It's nothing like that. Like I said, it's so normal to have them. Every girl is going to get them at some point in time, especially if you're sexually active. Your chances to get one is a lot higher. And I would say like for sure, be careful with who you are having sex with, because for example, if your partner hasn't showered and they've like worked all day and they come home and they, you know, like they want to get a little freaky deaky, if they haven't showered and they have sex with you, that can give you an infection. If they are fingering you and they haven't washed their hands, that can give you an infection. If they are eating you out and they haven't brushed their teeth, like that can give you an infection. If you guys didn't know, like your tongue is one of the most like bacterial filled parts of your body, and so if they're eating you out and they haven't fucking like brushed their teeth, or they've gone through the whole day, that could cause, you know, your shit to get out of whack. So honestly, making sure you're really clean, making sure your partner's really clean can help you to avoid coming across things like that. But how to avoid like UTIs specifically, like after sex, UTIs are also very normal. It's a urinary tract infection. So urinary tract infection actually has to do with your kidneys versus like your uterus and like your vagina. Your vagina and your urinary tract are two completely different things. If you have a UTI, that's really affecting your kidneys. So definitely go get those treated, because if you don't, I actually just recently had one back in December, but if you don't get those treated, it could cause you long-term kidney problems. You could get kidney stones. There's just so many different things. But to avoid getting a UTI post-sex, because you will get a UTI if you don't pee after sex, which is what I was gonna say, pee after sex. I kid you not, right after sex, get up, go pee. Don't lay in the bed and like just, oh, cuddle after. No, because one time I remember I didn't pee like immediately after. I peed like maybe 5-10 minutes after, and I got a fucking UTI. And I was like, oh, I did, like, it didn't wait that long after, I still got one. And honestly, I guess it just depends on like how sensitive you are as a person down there, but my biggest suggestion is to pee immediately after sex to avoid having a UTI. This palette, you guys, I'm so in love with. It's the One Size Beauty bronzer trio. All the colors kind of look the same, like they go a little bit darker, like very faintly, but I've just been using this top one, and this is the shade Attention Needed. I have the light trio, but I really like it, and it's super pigmented. Like, you don't even have to use barely any, and that's also why I like it, is because I know this palette will last me so long because it's so pigmented. I don't have to use that much. Oh my god, you guys, I have so many questions, and I'm literally only here. I'm only here on the first page. I told y'all this video was gonna be long. But sometimes y'all be liking the long videos, so if y'all like the long videos, then you're gonna enjoy this one. How to find your self-worth. This is one of those things that, like, I don't feel like I can't just like say something that's gonna make you immediately have your self-worth or like know your value. That's gonna be something that you're going to have to practice over time and really implement. And I think that comes with like setting boundaries for yourself, loving yourself enough to walk away from things that you know aren't serving you. The reason why I have like a little bit of a hard time kind of giving advice on this specific topic is because I lack a lot of self-love, and I know that might be a little surprising to some, but like, no, I'm right there with y'all. I struggle so much with my self-love and just my self-worth, and I care a lot, oftentimes more about other people than I care about myself. And that is my biggest resolution or like goal for this year, is to love myself enough to walk away from the things that are no longer serving me, to not force myself to do things that I ultimately don't want to do. Like, if I get invited to go out one night and I know that I really don't want to go, like, why would I say yes to going just to please other people? I don't want to do that anymore. It just makes me feel uncomfortable. It makes me end up, you know, just feeling gross. I push aside the things that I need to get done so I can go hang out with certain people, and like, that's not showing my self-love. Like, it's just spreading myself thin. And so I guess I'm gonna talk about this in a way of like myself, because like I said, I'm on this journey right now with myself, and that's kind of why I was scared to film this video at first, because I know I'm not where I want to be completely. And you know, that's okay. Like, I didn't think it was okay at first, because like I wanted to be, you know, like this great big sister who has like all the advice in the world for you guys. But I know at the end of the day, like, I'm never gonna be perfect. It's never going to be a perfect time to make a certain video. It's never going to be a perfect time to talk about certain things. I just have to do it. And like, I was also thinking, like, I could honestly like make another video in like a year from now of like this like exact same video, and just see the difference in my answers and the difference in opinions of like how I talk about things. All right, y'all, my camera's about to die, so I'm about to switch the battery, and then we're gonna continue talking. I just turned on my purple lights, so now it's much more of a vibe. But some things that I would suggest is like learning how to properly talk to yourself. I think we're sometimes our biggest critic, and we like talk so hard on ourselves and just like expect ourselves to be this like perfect person, and we're not. Like, nobody's perfect. You're going to fail, and you have to be okay and love yourself enough to like love yourself through the failures and support yourself through the failures. Because like, if you just beat yourself up every time you fail, like, you're just beating yourself down even more. I would say like, start talking to yourself more kindly, you know, start looking in the mirror and telling yourself, you look beautiful today. Like, you are so beautiful. I love the way you are so compassionate with others. I love the way that you wake up every day and put a smile on your face and try to be so kind to everyone around you. Just start talking to yourself so kindly, and like you would want to talk to your best friend. Be your own best friend. Like, literally be your own best friend. And I know it seems a lot harder to do, but it's really not. It's just this conception of like, we think it's so hard, but it's really not hard to just like treat yourself with kindness. Give yourself the same grace that you would give to someone else, because just like someone else don't have it all together, isn't perfect, you're the exact same way. Sex life, did it hurt? Did you enjoy it? Sex drive, etc. So this one's just kind of like an overview topic. When it comes to having sex, y'all, you've got to communicate with your partner your likes and what you don't like, and you gotta low-key, like, not low-key, you gotta experience with yourself and figure out what you want. Because like, if you're just consistently letting like a man guide you in the bedroom, and like you're more worried about like pleasing them than you are pleasing yourself, then sex is never going to be a fun thing for you. Like, it truly honestly isn't going to be a fun thing or a fulfilling thing for you, because you don't even know what your body wants, what your body craves. Like, also, I do want to put in here, I'm turning 21 literally at the end of this month, so like, I'm not the most freaking knowledgeable person when it comes to sex, but this is just kind of like based off the experience that I do have, so keep that in mind. But yeah, like the first time you ever have sex, it's gonna hurt. It's not going to be this like magical thing that the movies make it out to be. It's gonna hurt. Like it's going to, I mean, maybe not hurt in the sense that like it's so fucking painful, but like it's just going to be a very uncomfortable feeling at first until, you know, you have sex a couple more times and your body gets used to it. I also got another question that was basically asking me, is it normal to bleed after sex? So whenever you first have sex for the first time, you lose your virginity, it will be normal for you to bleed because you're going to be like popping your cherry. But after like you've already been sexually active, I don't think it's normal to bleed. However, you could have a little bleeding or discomfort if you're drier down there. I also do recommend using lube because that can save you a lot of discomfort. I think a lot of times girls think that it's embarrassing to use lube, but it's really not. It makes sex enjoyable for you as well as your partner. And I also did want to say that there are like pills that can help you with your lubrication down there or your wetness down there. Also with just like your overall vagina health and like UTIs and stuff, I definitely recommend using cranberry pills and just pills to kind of help with your pH down there, because that will also help to make sex more enjoyable. But also I would say like when it comes to like your sex drive and like having a sex drive, I feel like that's something that I've struggled with a lot, honestly, because like I feel like the media makes it seem, or like people make it seem like you just have to be this like horny ass person and like want to fuck all the time. Like, are you DCF? Because no. But but like I struggle a lot with like my sex drive and like actually just craving sex, wanting to have sex, because I feel like when you're in a relationship specifically and you're not being like fulfilled emotionally, you're not going to have that want to have sex with that person, and you're almost going to be like forcing yourself to have sex with that person, make it seem like you really want to have sex with that person. You're going to be faking it during sex a lot. There's so many things that come with not being like emotionally taken care of in a relationship, and that is such a big thing for women, or at least for me. Like that's such a big thing for me, is like I have to be emotionally catered to and I have to feel emotionally like safe with you for sex to be like an enjoyable thing. If that's not the case, then like I'm not fully into it like I would want to be. Also, if you guys have like any other advice about any of the topics that I've talked about, like if I don't mention a certain thing, or like you're listening to this and you have like a point, definitely comment it down below, because I'm sure like we can find so much knowledge and just share with each other in the comments. And like I said, this is a safe space, so feel free to help any of us out and definitely like share your thoughts. Okay, I want to finish this video, but I really want to, I don't know, I don't feel like doing my makeup anymore, to be honest. So I think I'm about to just stop doing my makeup. We're gonna readjust. I'm gonna sit on my bed, we're gonna get comfortable, and we're gonna just chit chat about this because I don't want to do my makeup anymore. Alright, y'all let me know which vibe y'all like better. Honestly, I know I'm gonna like this one a little better. I guess I'll just get like the best of both worlds with this video. I don't know, I'm just going with the flow. I want to stop like being so anal about my YouTube videos and just like have fun with them again, because I feel like I've been so anal about them and just like wanting them to be so perfect in a certain type of way, when the way I originally even started this was, I literally started this for fun. This was fun for me, and like I hate that I've made it such like a thing that sometimes I can't even enjoy doing YouTube anymore. Like it's not that serious. It's really not. Like it should just be fun. But anywho, let's get into it. Next question: how to deal with hate on social media. So hate on social media, I feel like is just the most bullshit of bullshit things that could be. Honestly, when I think about it, like who has the fucking time of day to like sit? And I was actually, okay, sorry, I was watching Monet's video and she was talking about how like she had posted a get ready with me one day, or like she had posted like a grocery haul or something like that, and someone commented about how she didn't like decorate for Christmas. She was saying like it's just so weird that I was literally filming a grocery haul. Someone's mind was just like on the fact that I didn't decorate for Christmas, and they're like, they would assume that because she's like an influencer, like her whole house would be decorated for Christmas and stuff like that. And like I felt the same way when it came to like the holidays, because holidays Am I saying that right? Why does that sound weird? But no, like I felt the same way because honestly, like I'm not the biggest Christmas girl. Like I do love Christmas, but like I don't know, like I was honestly not in the mindset to even decorate this year or do anything of the sort this year or last year. It's just so crazy the things that people on the internet will like pay attention to or the things that people will like comment about on the internet. It's just so weird. Like it's so weird to me. When it comes to dealing with hate on social media, you have to have that thick skin to know that these people do not know you. Yeah, they watch your videos. Yeah, they see your content. They see your face. But at the end of the day, have you ever had a conversation with this person? Do they actually know who you are on a day-to-day basis? Do they actually know the values and morals that you have as a person? No. They don't. Like, they literally do not know you. They know what you put out, and everybody's gonna come up with their own assumption of who you are as a person. They're going to be annoyed by the way you talk. They're gonna be annoyed by the way you touch your hair. They're gonna be annoyed with every little thing because that's their way of escaping like their reality, if that makes sense. Like, by bashing other people, it makes them feel good in some sort of way. It's sad. It's so sad. It's sick. But like, you just have to understand that like it's so not personal. And I know that doesn't help because hurtful comments hurt. That's the whole point. They're trying to hurt you, and they do hurt. Like some comments will just like roll off my shoulder, and then other comments will actually really hurt my feelings. Like the other day, I posted a spam TikTok, and someone was like, "I love you, Sav, but like delete this right now." And I actually did, and I hate that I deleted it. Well, actually, no, I didn't delete it. I just put it on my like close friends or private. But like, I hate that like I was having fun in a video, and someone took the time out of their day to be like, "I love you, but delete this right now." And I actually listened. And like, now that I like think back at that, like I'm so disappointed in myself because like I was just having fun posting like a stupid video, and if it made me happy at the end of the day, why should I give a shit like what someone else has to say about it? At the end of the day, when it comes to hate comments, like please know that like these people do not know you. They just have nothing better to do with their time. You can hear it from my mouth, you can hear it from all the other social media influencers, content creators, because I kid you not, we're all gonna say somewhat of the same thing, is that these people do not matter. They don't know you. They're just trying to get a reaction out of you. They're just trying to escape from their reality and like fill this little void that they have in themselves. But please do not let those comments like defeat you or stop you from creating content or stop you from pursuing the things that you want to pursue, because the only person who's going to achieve the things that you want to achieve is yourself. And the only person that's going to be able to like work for those things is going to be yourself. And if you continue to let like little hate comments online destroy you and like knock you down to the point where you can't keep going, then you're never going to succeed in social media, any type of job that consists of that, because you're going to always have those. Like they're just, it's a part of it. Like, and I hate that it is, but like that's just how it is. Motivation. So motivation, I actually struggle with a lot myself. Not even gonna lie. After I moved back home, I kid you not, I laid in bed every single day and I didn't do anything. Like I literally just watched TV, watched YouTube videos, played on my phone, scrolled on TikTok. So unhealthy, by the way, like so unhealthy. But like that's all I did. That's literally all I did, and I didn't do anything. And I'm still struggling with my motivation. Just like today, I laid in bed all day, and the only reason I got up and started doing stuff was because Dwayne actually FaceTimed me, and we were talking about my birthday. We were just talking about a whole bunch of stuff, and so we ended up like making content together, or like planning out our content together. And so that's really the only reason why I got up today and like actually started doing stuff. It definitely helps to have a like-minded friend who wants to do the same things or similar things to you. And if you don't have that, then like there's other things that you can do to get your motivation back. But I know one of the biggest things that helps me is like Dwayne and Adasia both really like the social media content creation world, and I can collaborate with them and talk to them about it, and it gets me excited. It helps me gain that like passion back to like want to do things. But like me and Dwayne will go to like coffee shops and like work together, or like me and Adasia will like sit on the phone and like talk about video ideas. I also have a friend Stephanie that I do the same thing with. So I definitely think like if you have a friend that's into the same things, definitely like setting up FaceTime calls, even if you don't want to get together with them, but like setting up a FaceTime call where y'all just sit on the phone and just like do stuff together, and y'all can like brainstorm ideas off of each other. But also I would say like if you have goals, if you have things that you want to accomplish, want to achieve, the only person that's going to be able to achieve them or make them happen is going to be yourself. So if you want them bad enough, you'll figure out a way to make it happen. I know sometimes it's so hard, and I'm one of those people where like if something traumatic happens in my life, I will be on the couch couch, in my bed for like 3 months after the fact, and that's not okay. It is okay to give yourself space to kind of feel your feelings and like feel your emotions, but allowing it to like consume you every day for like a long, lengthy time isn't. It's just gonna make it so much harder for you to get back up when you need to get back up. My motivation and my productivity are at an all-time low right now, honestly. That's something that I'm really working on. I could say that start small. Don't be too hard on yourself, because if you just expect yourself to have like productive days every single day, like you're not going to have a productive day 7 days a week, 24/7. You're going to have low days. You're going to have super productive days. You're going to have days where you have like kind of a half and half. Just don't be too hard on yourself, but also have that like, what's it called? Like determination, or like, oh, discipline. Like that discipline to push yourself to do the things that you don't want to do, because if you don't have discipline, like you're gonna get nowhere. Virginity and friends with benefits. And there's also another question actually back here that's like losing your virginity, how did it feel after, / struggling with feeling used. So I'm actually gonna answer all of those together. Okay, I'm kind of having a hard time, honestly, like figuring out the wording of what I want to say, because I feel like there's a couple things that I want to say. When it comes to losing your virginity, I feel like it can go both ways. If you are stern in the fact that you don't want to lose your virginity, that you want to wait till marriage, you're just like this prude. I don't know the word for it, but you get what I'm saying. Then if you lose your virginity, then you're like nothing. Like, you know, like you don't have your virginity anymore. But like, it's really not that deep. Like, it's really not that deep. I mean, I will say that like, be careful with who you do lose your virginity to, because like this question back here, how do you deal with struggling with feeling used? So when it came to me, like when I lost my virginity personally, the person who I lost my virginity with, I truly adored. I wanted to be with this person, but this person didn't want to be with me. This person was older than me, and I feel like he knew that I had this like, I don't know, soft spot or weak spot for him. And I feel like he really used that to his advantage. He knew that he never wanted anything serious with me, but he made it feel like if I did these things with him, or I gave this to him, then like maybe he would take me serious of some sort. Definitely be careful with who you choose to lose your virginity to, just because you can have that feeling of feeling used after, if like the person wasn't serious about you and didn't seriously respect you and your body. And often there are times where guys just want to pluck a girl's virginity. They want to be that first. They want to take it away from you just to say that they did, and then they don't want you anymore. And it's so shitty. Like, it sucks. It's horrible. Please be careful of guys like that, because it's disgusting, and it's going to be this experience that you're going to have to go through and deal with that you shouldn't have had to go through in the first place. And also, please do not have sex with someone just because you think it's going to make them love you more or make them want to be with you more, because it won't. But also, in that same breath, like, I want to stress that like, losing your virginity is like a sacred thing, but it's also not, I feel like, this thing that like everybody makes it out to be. This just like, I don't know, like superior thing. You get what I'm saying? Just because you lose your virginity doesn't mean you're any less than. Just because you have your virginity doesn't mean you're any more than. Just because you still have your virginity doesn't mean you're better than anybody else, or just because you've lost your virginity doesn't mean you're less than anybody else. And I think this also plays a part with like body counts, because I've seen like videos where alright guys, my SD card was too full, so I had to go get a new one. But anywho, getting back into it, back to what I was saying. I've seen like videos of like girls, they make it seem like because they have a super low body count, or because they're still a virgin, that they're so much better than the girls who have a body count. And I just want you to know that you are not less of a person if your body count is 2, if your body count is 6, if your body count is 15. What you choose to do with your body is what you choose to do with your body, and at the end of the day, it is your body. Just because your body count is a certain thing does not define you as a person. I think if you are having like a lot of unprotected sex, and you're not really having like intentional emotional sex, then that can be a form of self-harm. And I just want you to try to think about the reasons why you are having sex, really have that like heart-to-heart talk with yourself about it. But I just want you to know that like, you're not defined by your sex life. Finding peace in your own company, you have to force yourself to do uncomfortable things to make them start to be comfortable for you. For finding peace in your own company, I would really highly suggest start taking yourself out on solo dates. You don't need someone to do everything with you. Like, if you want to go to a coffee shop, you don't need a friend to go with you to do that. You can go do that on your own. If you want to go to the gym, you don't need a friend to go with you to do that. You can do that on your own. If you want to go out to dinner, you can do that on your own. You don't need to have someone with you for every single thing that you want to do. And once you realize that you don't need that, that, there's so many things that you can do in this world. You are all you need. The only person that's gonna get you to your goals. You're the only person that's gonna be there for you all the time, 24/7. Like, you're stuck with yourself. So the sooner you can find peace in your own company, the better you will be, the happier you'll be, the less you will depend on others for your needs, the less you will expect out of others as well. Whenever we're not content in ourselves, I feel like we expect so much out of other people because we're like expecting them to fill those needs that we're not fulfilling in ourselves. And so I feel like that creates this like disalignment with like them being able to provide what you're asking for, because you could provide it for yourself, but instead you're like seeking it through others. But whenever you find that like contentness within yourself, you'll start to expect less from others. You'll also start to see red flags in others more freely, more clearly. I just think it honestly benefits you overall to find peace within that. Brazilian wax, was it worth it? I would say, y'all, it was painful as shit. Like, it was so painful. But the results at first, girl, were amazing. The results at first were so beautiful. But I have really, really sensitive skin down there, so it literally looked like I had 1,000,000 ant bites everywhere down there after like the first week. I had so many ingrown hairs, so many freaking red bumps. She waxed like literally my whole coochie cap, my belly, my ass cheeks. Like, she waxed everything. So I had bumps everywhere. Like, if this was in the summertime and I had to wear a bikini, girl, I'd be wearing spandex. Like, I wouldn't even be able to wear a bikini because like I literally had so many freaking bumps everywhere. For me personally, I would do it again, but I would definitely need some better like aftercare or something, because I don't know if I just didn't take care of my areas as well. I don't know. I just have really sensitive skin, so I broke out super bad. But I would do it again. If you're interested in getting one, definitely try it. Just see how your body does. I mean, if you hate it, just don't ever get one again. You know, like, what's the harm in trying? How to be an individual while in a loving relationship. I would say just you have to nurture yourself. Like, you have to nurture yourself, because it's so easy. It is so easy to lose yourself in a relationship. You just lean on that person, and then you become so comfortable with that person. You become so attached to that person, and you came into this world by yourself, and you're gonna leave this world by yourself. At the end of the day, all you have is yourself, and you have to nurture yourself, or else you're going to feel just drained. It's gonna build up like a resentment in your relationship. One thing I will suggest, which I've been hearing more about, and I definitely think I will put this into practice if I were to ever live with someone again, but having your own room. Like, if you are living with your significant other, it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't sleep with them every night. Like, you could still sleep with them every night, but I definitely, especially if you're like younger, suggest having like a 2-bedroom apartment instead of a 1-bedroom apartment, because you can still have that space to like express yourself and, you know, kind of grow in your own sense. Have that like safe space for yourself where you can just go to and get away. And if y'all want to sleep separately, y'all can, but if y'all don't, then y'all can more than happily like sleep in one person's bed every night. I just think that is very important, and I definitely wish I would have done that, but you know, you live and you learn, so it's okay. Is it gross if you don't shave down there? No, it is not gross. Like, if you're with a boy who, or a boy, if you're with a boy who makes you feel gross for not shaving, they're a boy. They're not a man. They're not mature in any sense. Like, they're extremely immature, because hair is so natural. You should not feel like you have to shave. Like, you don't have to shave if you do not want to shave. It is so normal. That's why it grows. Like, that's literally why it grows. It's natural. That's how it's supposed to be. But yeah, no, it's not gross if you don't shave down there. Like, gross is not the word I would use. It's not gross. How do you know when enough is enough? Okay, I feel like this is a loaded question. You're not gonna leave a situation until you're ready to leave a situation, or until you do leave a situation. No matter how many times you go to your friends and they give you all this advice, or how many times you think you're on the edge and you're about to leave and you don't, like, no matter how many times you go back and forth, you're not going to leave until you're ready to leave. There's nothing that I can say that's going to make you like wake up and be like, okay, I need to go. I guess some things I could say: if you have less excitement to like get up and get ready in the day, like if you're starting to feel more tired and you just want to lay in the bed, if you're starting to stop doing the things that you used to enjoy, if you are starting to feel more drained than happy, if there's a lot more arguments going on than happy times, if you're not being uplifted or supported by this situation, I'm not even going to say person, because this is kind of like a general statement, but if you're not feeling uplifted or supported, then, you know, those are things that suggest that it's time to end. If it's really bringing you this much discomfort discomfort and this much like unhappiness, then it's not meant for you. And the longer you try to make it mean for you or like make it meant for you, like it's never going to be meant for you if it's not meant for you. Everything that is meant for you will be for you. I know I do this, like I try to force things for so long because like I'm so attached to them and I want them so badly, but at the end of the day, they're never gonna work no matter how much I want them to work if they're not meant for me. Best advice for getting over someone that you're always surrounded by. So I think you should slowly start unsurrounding yourself by them. Start filling up your time with other people, other things, and, you know, slow down the communication. You know, don't be as quick to respond to them. Don't immediately answer them every single time they text them. Don't be eager to hang out with them every single time they want to hang out. Fill up your time with other things and be selfish with your time. Do not just give your time and energy out to just whoever you want to give it out to. Be selfish with your time and energy, because at the end of the day, it's your time and energy like that you're going to be putting into other people, and are they deserving of it? Not all the time they are. Just my best advice for that is to just slowly start to detach yourself, slowly start to fill your time up with other things, you know, hang out with your friends more often, do things with yourself more often. Just don't be so available to this person. All right, ladies, I think we're done for the day after fucking probably like an hour. Hopefully you'll like it though. Oh my god, I'm starving. I'm so hungry. It's like 6 o'clock and all I've had today is like chicken noodle soup. So I'm about to go eat with my family and enjoy some dinner. I'm so excited, but I love you guys. I just want you to know that you're so special to me, and I've said this in previous videos, but if you ever need anybody to talk to, my DMs on Instagram are always open. I have all my socials linked down in the description box below, so you guys can reach out to me on any of my platforms, but definitely via Instagram DMs is probably the best way to go. But I'm your big sis girl. Like, I'm here for you. I love chatting with you guys. I love being that shoulder for you guys whenever I'm able to be that shoulder for you guys. Not all the time am I like in this space where I can just like give advice, but whenever I am, I definitely like to help where I can. Yeah, girl, like if you ever need anything, please reach out to me. I'm here for you. I love you, and you are deserving of everything good in this world. Please don't let anyone tell you otherwise, because you can achieve anything that you put your mind to. You can be the girl who you want to be while still loving the girl who you are today. I think we just all need to be a little bit kinder with ourselves and love ourselves a little bit more and just treat ourselves with grace like we would anybody else. But yeah, I hope you guys got some good advice, enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please share it with your friends, family, maybe not family. Well, you know, if you have cousins or whatever, but share with whoever. Let's grow this channel. I'm really trying to hit 400K by like summertime. Can we make that happen? That'd be so cool. But I love you guys at the end of the day regardless. I'm so happy for the ones that I have here with me today, and I would literally cherish you guys forever. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.